You know, it's never my intention to be so behind or to make everyone just sit and wait for so long. It just happens that way. But admittedly, this whole week has been an interesting week, full of all sorts of interesting things. A lot of which I can't talk about right now or here, but you'll hear about, and you'll definitely see. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday, or shortly after Friday. Hope you're having a good, whatever that is for you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I'm experimenting with a lot of things tonight. That's part of the reason for the delay. So, if you notice anything strange, like a delay, any kind of delay, be sure to let me know. And FYI, a lot of things might even break. But maybe not. Here's the thing. At this point, I really don't know. I don't know what's not going to work or what's going to crash. I have no idea, and it's tremendously exciting. And I feel like as long as I tell you, then you know it's part of the plan. It's all part of the grand narrative. You and me, together, with our space fluids, and our wonderful plans that always pan out. Always. One way or another. Hello to you all again. I'm just always going to ask you guys to post Mr. Bean GIF. Especially when I'm running behind, because it is the funniest thing. As I'm going from place to place and I'm climbing the ladder 300 times in 15 minutes. It's literally impossible. They don't know how I do it. So I'm thinking, what do I got to do? What do I got to get? What do I got to move? And what's that thing problem causing the thing for the problem that's causing in the other room? And I got to do the thing, but I can't do that thing until you do the other thing first. But if you do the other thing too soon, then the entire thing will crash. So you have to wait. But you don't want to wait too long, or else the process will restart. And then you have to wait again, or else you'll end up doing it too soon, inadvertently. It's very complicated, very annoying. But it is the way it is. What makes it really, really nice, though, is when I pull out my phone and I see Mr. Bean. It's hilarious. It's almost like one of those things where you deliberately discipline yourself to smile, because it's been scientifically shown that smiling, the physical act of smiling, can affect your mood in a positive way, which is absolutely fascinating. Mr. Bean has also been scientifically shown to have the same effect. So if you ever feel like not smiling, but you want to feel good, just watch Mr. Bean. And good luck not smiling. It'll happen. But it'll be the good kind. The best kind. Alright, so, boy, I don't even know where to begin. I can try my foot pedal, or I can try it from the Stream Deck. Let's try it from the Stream Deck first. And it worked. This is what we want so far. Everything looks like it's in order. So far, so good. All right, what's going to happen when we do this now? Oh, it worked. There we are. Okay. Oh, why is that message there in the chat, though? That's lame. It shouldn't be there. All right, this is going to sound crazy, but I think I can fix it. I think I can fix it right now. And while I do that, I want to try something else. All right, are you ready? Now, if I hit my full screen button, I have to select that again. The right monitor. It doesn't work if it's not selected. All right. There. Okay, ready? Here we go. Full screen. Does it? See, that's what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to go to full screen with a stinger. That's what you call those video animation transitions between scenes. But I don't always want the stinger. I only want it sometimes. And now if I hit full screen twice, boop, boop. Look at that. It's not supposed to have the chat right there. That's not right. But it doesn't matter. Because I think I could even... Nope, I can't. Oh well. Now, are you ready for another one? Watch this. If I hit full screen again. Stinger full screen. Oh, and then I can't control the chat still. On full screen I can. The other one, it's still not working yet. Oh, and look at that. Just like that. Hello. So long. All right. So far so good. Now let's try another one. This button. It's called chat. Look at that. It worked really well, I think. All right, now if he hit chat twice. Oh, it flipped it. Because sometimes it might be better for it to be on that side. Because if I'm looking down here at the chat, my head is turned that way. Even if it's just slightly. Especially if you're right there. Like this. You know? So the angle is still... Maybe this one, if I'm facing this way, it's very strange. It's wrong. It's inappropriate. And that's why we have this one. There, right? Isn't that just so much more comfortable now? Now that I'm looking in the right direction? Now let's see what happens if we hit it 3 times. Whoa! Look at that. A few more of these. And we're the Brady Bunch. Okay. Now, we're not done yet. If we hit it... Oh, no. This one. Right. Are you? Look. Hey. Look at that. Yeah. That's not so bad. Not so bad at all. It actually worked. I mean, of course it actually worked. Come on. What do you think we are? People that don't know stuff about things? We know how to do stuff. This was all very easy for us to figure out how to do. It was super simple. Did it real fast. Hey, Renetta. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see your Mr. Bean face. It's a good one. All right, and then what was the thing we needed? We need to fix the chat, right? Because that's lame with that little message up there. But I can't get rid of it. I mean, I can get rid of it, but it's just going to come back. So we're going to crop it. Crop it out. Go like that. Where's it at? There it is. Oh, it's very dangerous doing this from here. There. See, but now we have a whole sizing issue. Because the frame that you see around there, the whole thing is a single image that I sized. But of course, when I sized it, I wasn't expecting it to have that message. But you know what we can do for now that will be less distracting is if we move it up. There we go. That's better. Nice. Okay, we did it. We did it. Don't press the wrong button. Then we're going to move this over. I'm just moving the OBS window over. There. Good. Because I have to have OBS in the exact spot that it's in. Because I have scenes that are using the live view on OBS inside the scene. Because those scenes are being fed to little monitors that I have to monitor the whole thing. So if OBS is a little off, then everything is a little off. Because I use all sorts of other components and things from that screen, from that desktop. All right, how's that looking? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. All right, I'm going to close that. Should I? Or should I just leave it open? I should definitely leave it open. But I'm not going to. I'm going to close it. All right. All right. What else? Let's try that again. It worked. It worked. What about that? It worked too. All right. And then back there. Man, can't believe it's all working. Feels good when it works. Hey, Nemo. It wasn't my fault. He didn't edit it out. I think he was annoyed at something that you said. So to get back at you, he decided to leave that part in. I think you said something like, if the narrator puts it in or adds it, and I guess that offended Raid. I mean, it is Raid. Speaking of which, has anybody seen Raid? Feels like I'm asking, but I haven't. Probably didn't give him credit where he felt credit was due. I think that's always the case with him, though. You just can't take it personally. Like, he's always going to be disappointed in you. So it's like, once you realize that's all part of the process, then it stops bothering you.
Yes.
Hello, Raid. It's nice to see you.
As always, I absolutely do not believe you can.
Anyway. Is anyone excited? To go to space? Because I am. Very excited. And what do you know? Looks like we're already in space. We're not. No. We're not. Oh man, no, Wernetta. I haven't been following anything. I've been staring at spreadsheets and text documents endlessly. What has been happening? Tell me about Mars. That's exciting. I did read a little bit about the new rover. What a cool thing. Just getting used to the flying again. Every time it's been, I don't know, more than a week, it takes me a minute. Hey, Sarcastic Warlock, how's it going? Happy Friday. We're just hanging out, flying our spaceship, talking about Mars. I love using the right touchpad for strafing up and down, like vertical strafing, and for rolling. Like, it feels weird at first, and even when I come back to it after not playing for even a few days, like at first it's weird because I always expect it to be a mouse, unless it's like a 2D platformer or something. I'm always expecting that to be a mouse, and when it's not, it totally feels weird. And then since there's no analog here in this game yet for that rolling, it does feel kind of jarring at first. But then once you just accept it, and the way I see it, when there's like a weird game mechanic like that, that's not really the way you want it to be, I just imagine that that's just the way that ship is. Because we've all driven or piloted a vehicle that just didn't handle the way we thought it should. Or even mechanically, or technically, there was some limitation that you felt didn't need to be there, or shouldn't be there, or you wish wasn't there. But you just learn to adapt to that limitation and drive that vehicle or pilot that vehicle despite it. That's how I'm seeing it here, with these controls being less than ideal. When I do that, then it's about, doing the best that I can within those limitations. And it's really fun, and it's trippy, especially when you go in diagonals. So you're going up, and then you start rolling. And so what you try to do is you try to rotate your finger so that you just go from up to rotate to upside down without stopping your vertical motion. And it's really fun. I think outside of playing this game when you guys are here, I think that I might have spent more time doing that than anything else in Everspace 2. And it's partly because of the limitation with not having that analog movement, or the analog control for rolling, but it ends up becoming a thing all by itself. Whoa, and then you go too far. I'm probably making someone dizzy. I'm probably making myself dizzy. Who knows? Dude, I would love to play some Descent. Seriously, I would love to play that game. There's a game called Overload. Have you heard of Overload? It's very similar to Descent. It's like made by some of the same people on that team or something. I don't know how it all works, but it's really good too, and it has multiplayer. I've never played it with anybody multiplayer, but I've always wanted to. Really bad. Yeah, I love Descent. Descent 2, I think, was like the one that really was like my game. But yeah, those games are so good. I love them. Okay, give me my HUD back. It is a little difficult using always on gyro when you don't get to see your crosshair, because when you have it like towards an edge, you keep spinning, and that makes a lot more sense when you're able to see it. But then when you're flying with no HUD, it's still happening, but you just have to be a lot more in control of your gyro movements. Oh, Renetta, we should play that game sometime then. I think you would like it. I think you would, because it was like I was so excited. It was one of those games that you just laugh while you're playing the first time because you're like, no way, no way, no way. That's what it was like. Overload. I think we've even played it over here before. But we should play it again. I'll do it again. That's a good game. Yeah, I find myself these days becoming much more excited when there's like, I don't know, some like old school inspired thing. Like recently, Proteus is amazing and feels like totally classic. What else? There's a handful of games, shooters specifically. Oh, there's this one. What is it called? Damn, I can't remember what it's called, but it's so freaking cool. It's like a top-down, and you have all sorts of like cool weapons. I think it's a free-to-play game. It's really neat. And you use your keyboard and your mouse, or like your Steam controller in my case, or many of your cases. And you move around, and it's challenging. It's like a really challenging game. And you try to it's almost like a roguelike. I don't know enough about it, but I remember I played it late over one crazy weekend, and it was so much fun. I need to figure out what that game was again. It's blue, like the Steam page for it is like blue. There's blue all over, I think. I think the front of the game is like all blue in the main menu. Man, it's just gonna drive me crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of like old games like from the 90s and stuff, especially shooters that I was really fond of. Haven't really aged well, and that's always disappointing. So it's so cool, I think, when developers take inspiration from that stuff and then make something new with, I was going to say high frame rates, but those games all had pretty high frame rates. FOV is always like a big killer for me. Like I'm pretty much like 60 FPS, or I'm not even interested. And I'm kind of that way with FOV too. Like I'll play something if it's low resolution, if the textures look like crap. I mean, I don't care what it looks like necessarily for me to be able to get enjoyment out of it. But if it doesn't run smooth, if the FOV isn't right, then it's just kind of a deal breaker. Especially that FOV, because it's more of like it just feels weird. Like I don't get like motion sick or nauseous from it anymore, but it just makes my head feel weird. Like it doesn't feel like I'm looking through the character's eyes when the FOV is too low. It feels really weird. Braid always makes fun of me for it. No, I pretty much play everything at 120. I mean, even if I can get more, I cap everything at 120. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Bad FOV makes you not want to play games again. It's like a bad dream. Yeah, there's been games where I haven't realized, but like there would be an update that was done and then it changed the FOV, and I'll play it, and sometimes I won't even notice. Like as I start playing, it's not that I'm like, oh, look at everything looks wrong. It's more like, everything feels terrible. This sucks. Like, why am I not having fun? Why is this awful? And oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know why it bothers me so much. Frame rate too. Especially nowadays. I mean, come on. I saw something the other day it was like a trailer for a game. I don't remember what it was, but it said like, remastered textures in 1080p 60 FPS or something. And I'm like, what? Is that a joke? Are we putting that on the box still? That's an achievement. 1080p. Oh my god. Are you full HD? 60 frames per second? This is the future of the 90s. It makes you cranky. Yeah. Bad games make me cranky. Especially if I feel like I've wasted a lot of time. That's how I felt with Mafia. You remember we played Mafia. I think we played it a couple of nights. And then it just stopped working with my Steam controller, like completely stopped working. I reinstalled the game. I reinstalled Steam. I did the beta. I did not the beta. I used a different Steam controller, different USB port, a different cord, a different Bluetooth adapter. I did every single thing I could possibly think of. I installed it on different hard drives. I did everything. I couldn't get the game to work with the Steam controller. It's so annoying because I was really into it too. Remember that race that we did? Was it a race or was it like a getaway or something? And I think I spun out in that car like a million times. Remember that? But I think we beat it. Didn't we beat it? I feel like I did. Yeah, I was really bummed out about that game. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can call it crashing if you're being, technical. I call it testing the limits of the in-game vehicle collision physics. All right. I don't even know what we're doing. I'm just having fun flying around. Let's just do this. Let's go to that place. Why not? Whoa. Whoa. All right, I'm going to try the thing now, but I'm going to try it with my foot. I don't know what's going to happen. Whoa, it worked. Oh, did I go through the planet?
Okay, let's find the gate and those signatures.
Find and loot scrapped jump gate. What do we got? Large nanobots. Thank you very much. Oh, but it's only one? That's all right. Better than nothing. Hey, that's a better sensor than we've got. Nice. Wouldn't it be great to have analog control right now and just slowly start rolling? Oh, look at us, guys. We're edgy tonight. We're approaching boundary. Whoa. The only problem with playing this game with your HUD off is that it just looks so good that you get distracted. You forget that you're playing a game. It's like you're navigating an amazing screensaver. We were just talking about screensavers yesterday, weren't we? You guys remember screensavers? Do you remember the Disney screensavers? They had the whole box. Whole box they sold, and it had a bunch of discs, and it had a bunch of Disney, like Mickey Mouse and Goofy and Donald, and they all had their own screensavers. And it was just like the funnest thing to just sit there and preview all of them for hours. And then it wasn't enough to just preview it. You had to preview it, but then you had to set it. So you would set it and turn it on. So then it's on, and you would have to wait. So you would set it at the lowest possible setting so you didn't have to wait very long. And then you would just sit there and wait. And then when it would come, you'd be like, oh my God, everyone come here, look, it came on, look it. It's Mickey. He's painting on my desktop. It's so weird because, like, we weren't, like, dumb, like, we weren't stupid. But this... I would venture to think that probably none of us get as excited and enamored and amazed at anything nowadays as much as we did screensavers back in the day. It's just got to tell you something, I don't know what, but the progression of technology definitely has its benefits. But you missed that honeymoon phase for sure, once it eventually wears off. Man, I knew more about Star Trek from the screensaver Sarcastic Warlock, or from that whole pack. That's where I learned about someone's brain being gone. That's where I learned about the tribbles. What else? And all the sounds of the original Star Trek are just ingrained in my mind, but not from the show, from that screensaver. And they were great sounds. Damn, you know what? I need to find all those sounds. That's what I need to do. If anybody knows where to find sounds, where would you even do that? I mean, I'm down to buy them. I'll buy that sound pack or something. That's the thing. Spock singing, yes. So weird. I had my HUD off, so I could very well have just been passing stuff that was valuable. Dark matter. Well, we found it, folks. Call the Ghostbusters. We've got the dark matter. I don't know what the Ghostbusters have to do with dark matter, but... Huh.
Oh, what a mess that was. How embarrassing.
Hey, it's not my mess. It was like that when I got here. I really want to be able to do that. You know what I want to do? Let me tell you. Let me tell you what I want to do. Actually, let me try it like this, okay? Because I want to test everything. Even if it's... Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that cool spaceship up there. Whoa, look at him go. He's flying around. Look at that. We got boosters and... Ah, it's too hot. You're burning me up with your jets. Ah, stop. Ah, it's so hot. It's not really burning. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make it so like when I hold Alt, I have like free look, right? But I can still fly my ship. I can still use all the same functions. But the way I'm achieving right Alt is by holding A, which doesn't let me control my right touchpad while I'm doing it. So the logical conclusion would be on a double tap. Outer ring binding. Wait. Oh, let's see if this will work. This used to not work, but I'm going to see if this will work. So because on my right touchpad, I'm not using it as a mouse. There is no double tap function. So instead, what I'm using is a D-pad. So I'm going to create a double tap by going to an outer ring binding. I'm going to set this to what I want it to be, which is Alt on a double tap. No haptic. And the outer ring binding, it's really irrelevant, but we'll just go on. And then we're going to adjust this radius. If we went off, then we would have to lower that radius. But since outer ring binding invert is set on, we increase it. And now, see, it doesn't work. As soon as I touch, it activates it, even though I'm not double pressing. If anybody knows of a solution to that, let me know, because I would love to know. You know what? Let's try this. Let's put a regular press here. There's not really an interruptible for that. Yeah. Well, let's just try it. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, no, of course not. So I could just come up with somewhere else to put that. That still lets me access the right touchpad while I'm doing it. I should make the little screen bigger to see what I'm changing. Which little screen? The top screen? Oh, the bottom screen? I think it's that one. Nope, wrong one. That one goes there. Maybe that one? Yeah, but, I mean, the top one, what you're changing on the config? Oh, wait, you can't see it? You can't see what I'm doing? You should be able to. Oh, well, I mean, Nemo, you don't really need to see it. It's I'm being less educational than anything. So I need to change. I need to put Alt somewhere. Where can I put it? I think I'm using these bumpers. Oh shoot, what am I? Blow my ship up. Yeah. Definitely using the bumpers. Okay. Let's get that HUD back. All right, so maybe I can put it left grip, direction swipe. Wait, left grip, direction swipe. Oh, that's for changing my weapons. That's right, I like that. I forgot about that. But I like that. So, what it is, there's a mode shift using a directional swipe input style. And I have change, cycle primary weapon, cycle secondary weapon on a left grip shift. That directional swipe is really sweet because you don't have to like be in the right spot to touch it. You don't have to click. You just swipe. And wherever you're at and you swipe in that direction, it will fire that function. So in this case, it'll change our weapon. All right. What if I do it on... click action? What if I do it on a double click action? Double press? Now this might not work because the click action is what stops our gyro. Yeah, see, so it does it, but I can't move now. I can't like turn anywhere. So we don't want to do that. I could use an action layer for this, but I really, really like to not do that. Let's see. What if I do it over here? What if the look, left grip, corded press, action layer? Did I already set that up? Oh my God. I think I already set that up. Right pad touch turns it on. Interesting. Did I really? Oh my God, I did. I can't believe it. I'd already set it up. That works great. Almost. Here's what I would do. If I was going to do it this way, I would turn this into a mouse. And I would, yeah, edge spin. Heck yeah. Pull it down maybe. That's a good radius. All right, right there. That's fine. Touch binding is out on a release. Look at, I've already done so much of this. I must have had this idea before. We'll pull, oh no, we'll pull this down. This isn't super important because this isn't like a primary layer that we're using. We'll just see how that feels. Maybe we'll leave trackball on because if it's like a camera thing, it might be fun to sort of like flick it and like have the camera move. Let's see. Now we have to go into the mode shift. Even though it looks like there's no mode shift, there is a mode shift. Even though there shouldn't be a mode shift, there is a mode shift. Left grip, we go like D-pad, and then we go none. Now it works. No mode shift. You hold your finger to the edge of the pad, and it will continuously rotate in that direction. Or you can obviously slide it around. I need to remove this. Touch binding to kill that layer. I don't want it to kill that layer when I do that. I only want it to kill the layer when I release the right grip. But I don't need a haptic for it. I know what's going on. There. All right, now check this out. So now I can still fly using both touch pads. And then I can... I need to increase the sensitivity. The gyro. Oh, and I need to turn off right pad touch. It needs to be always on. No, it needs to be right pad click. Gyro button behavior turns gyro off. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, you know what? So now that we got our gyro speed back up, we're going to change this back to a D-pad so that we can continue flying. A click to remove it? No, I don't want to click to remove it. Because if I click, I want to click to stop my gyro. All right. Why is it still doing that? It's still doing the gyro. Right pad touch. No, you dork. Fine, always on. Will you leave it? Okay, I left it. Good. Off. Don't you hate it when that happens and it stops saving your settings? It's so annoying. I wonder why it does that. Do you know why it does that? I have no idea. Cool. So obviously, this is awesome. Clearly. Can't see. Wrong view for doing that. Now I can look around inside my ship. But it doesn't go up. Why am I not going up? I wonder why I'm not going up. Yeah, it still says space. It's like it doesn't. It's like Alt space must be a binding already, because Alt is the pre-cam button. So let's see. Let's see if we can find Alt space and remove it. Oh, camera move up. I see. That's probably what it is. Because it's related to the camera. But I don't need that because I'm using the mouse for the camera. All right, apply. Yes. Nope. Alt space still doesn't work. I wonder, though, if we go to customize controls, we're going to find hover up space. We're going to assign it another button, like something random that hopefully is not already taken, like a K. K. All right. Yes. Now let's try K. Yep. Space still works. Let's do Alt K. Alt K works. So Alt does not interrupt K. So then over here, we just change... Oh, not the W, dork, K. So our hover button, vertical strafe, is now going to be K. But only when we're in that layer. Now we can do it. So now we can hover vertically. Hover is the wrong word, but strafe vertically. While we're still looking around. Dang, this is actually really neat. Shit. Not the safest. You can't control your pitch, but... I mean, you don't need to, like, be locked into it all the time, but you can see it being happy, or making you happy when you're doing something cool and you want to fly by and see it differently, you know? It's definitely one of those things. It's probably not like the super valuable function to set up, but it is super cool. And it's one of those things that I wouldn't really use unless it was like super, super convenient. Since I can still roll and all that. Dang, that's so cool. I wonder if I can shoot this. Will it give me... Oh, these ones will. You just know something's going to open up and bad things are going to come out of it. What do you think those are? They're flat pieces of metal. What do you think this thing is? It's a huge sauna. I'm just looking around. You know, kind of feel a compulsion. And I think I'm going to try something. I'm going to export this config. And then I am going to try something. No, I'm not. I'm not. It will take too much time. But one day I will. What it is setting this up as a gamepad, config, and just going gamepad. So then, well, no, because that's still going to leave me. There's just not enough axes to map to things. There's too many rotations and not enough analog inputs. Even if you're using gamepad, you've got left stick, right stick. I mean, I guess you could maybe use... No, you can't, right? You can't map triggers to an analog for the pad. Yeah. Just don't think that there's any way to do it. And it all worked in Everspace 1 because they had a function in there. It's like whoever made or worked on that game and worked on the controls for it, they must have had a PlayStation controller. And they were like, hey, wouldn't it be neat if someone can use their PlayStation controller and look around using this touchpad? So they have a function called enable mouse on touchpad. And it's under the gamepad bindings. It's not talking about a Steam controller. It's talking about a touchpad here. So you enable it and it does just that. But what it also does is it enables mouse input. It's basically telling the game, hey, keep listening to the mouse. And without that setting, the game is just not listening to the mouse. When you have it accepting, X input, gamepad input, it's such a bummer. They won't put that setting in, I guess. Sure wish they would, though. I know not a lot of people are using the, maybe the DualShock for all that stuff, but it's not even about that. It's just whatever the function was that setting enabled, just do that again. Call it whatever you want to call it, because it is such a good game to fly, and a fun game to fly when you have all of that level of analog control. I mean, it's always fun to fly. It's just more fun. Look at that. It's like a sign. We build it. You finish it. Can I land here? I could smash into it. But that's not the same thing most of the time. Alright, I guess I can't do anything here, huh? I want to. Can I? Who is in charge here? Who's changing the batteries? Maybe that stuff just survived. Who knows? What is this? A jump gate module?
Just junk? Guess someone beat me to it. Great. Now what? Huh? A jump suppressor? Where did that come from?
Jump suppressor, he says. That's not good. Someone's suppressing my ability to jump.
Now, how to find a single suppressor in this junk?
Let's see, as long as the number keeps going up, we'll eventually find it. We're getting close. Uh-oh.
Someone clearly doesn't want me to leave.
Lasers? Oh, come on. I'm not afraid of your lasers. This is very Descent, right? I mean, like the vibes at least. When I played Descent, I just always imagined what it would be like. Come to Earth.
Some kind of factory gone rogue?
Play all these video games.
Today.
I'm making a little adjustment here to the audio. I need to put something there. Let's find something. Perfect. The local battery holder just so happened to be right there. This should do the trick. We've defeated the shields. Oops. We can go up.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Please, don't gyro.
Huh? Who is this?
I need your parts.
Right, but so do I. You know, this is a junkyard. Why not look for spares that aren't attached to people?
Computing request. Request accepted. IWWWW will LOOKFF for spares that are attached from PPP people.
Nice. The signal's coming from near the jump gate. Maybe that bot knows what happened to the gate's key module.
Maybe. Let's go see. Hello, Mr. Bot. We have some questions for you.
To dock at your place. Please, no more tricks. Is that clear?
Affirmative. Welcome to Charybdis Recycling Plant where your garbage is our future. How may I help you?
Looking for a jump gate module that can generate new jump keys.
Computing request. Only head management at HQ can generate and activate new key codes. If you are an employee of Grady and Brunt Enterprises, please direct all code requests directly to HQ.
HQ? That's not even in this system. You're saying that everyone who isn't part of the company cannot leave Ceto?
Exempt our colonial military off. Off. Turning off all systems.
Wait, what about the military?
Colonial officials may use their military override to access jumping facilities.
A military override, huh?
TRIverse. I need PAR. Thank you for having visited Charybdis Recycling Plant, where your garbages are few.
Aye, but time to head back to Dax.
Right. Let's repair and restock. Shall we? Hey, Raid.
Yes.
Did you like that guy's did you like that guy's voice?
Unfortunately, no. Not at all.
Oh. What's that? Energy injector? Oh, we should buy these nanobots. We should buy all the nanobots. Missiles. We should buy all the missiles. Oh, a better booster? We should buy a better booster. And more missiles. And a better sensor. Oh, we're out of money. I want to use the autocannon. I think I do. Right? No, like that. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh my goodness. Look who's here. The man himself. Jason. Happy Friday. We just bought some rockets from a robot with a voice that Raid really likes.
I do not.
He does. He loves that robot's robotic voice.
No, I absolutely do not.
Just admit it, Raid.
No.
Just admit it. You like his voice because it sounds like a robot and you like the way robots talk.
No, I do not.
Well, I think you do.
No, Ryker, I absolutely do not.
Okay. If you say so.
All right.
Keys? Yeah, one good, one bad.
Just throw them together in one line.
I know how to get through the gate, but we will need a military override.
An override? Like at a hive unit?
Wait, what? We need a hive?
That's what you just told me. You don't happen to know where to find one, do you?
No. No, I don't.
I'm not sure I trust the sound of those pauses. Looks like there's only one place where we will most definitely find one. But it won't be easy.
Uh-oh.
That pause is on you now.
Your friend just emerged from cryo.
Ben, he's awake?
No, the other one. Get your ass back here, while I make sure that the good doctor doesn't break anything.
Why would she break anything? Does she like breaking stuff?
We might have a problem. Hey, what are you?
What is it?
Attacking him?
Thanks. Hold on tight. I'm on my way.
Adam arrives back at the base alone. He is suspicious as he has not heard from Dax. He draws his weapon as a caution. He is surprised to find Dax lying unconscious on the floor. Suddenly, Adam is hit by a dart in his neck, which instantly paralyzes him. The doctor from the medical freighter appears over Adam and Dax. Keeping Adam conscious, she gives him time to talk. She is angry about being hijacked and demands answers. Adam explains to her where she is. The doctor is furious as she discovers that G&B had transported her to the DMZ. She searches the medical bay as she deduces her situation from the sparse information Adam supplies her. Realizing that the pair were really only trying to save their friend in stasis, she relents a little and begins to form a deal. Dax wakes up and the doctor aims the dart gun at him. Dax explains the situation more, and the doctor softens her position. She agrees to help their friend recover if they promise to help her escape the DMZ. Dax and Adam agree, while Dax admits he likes the doctor's way of doing business.
All right, everybody. It's not very late today. 8:14. Well, I mean, for me, I'm sure it's very late for some of you. If not even early somehow. All right. I'm happy because there were a lot of things that could have gone wrong today. We tested out a lot of different things, and they all worked out. And that's pretty cool. So, for the most part, 4:15 a.m. So, citizen, are you gonna sleep? Are you gonna go to bed, or have you started your day? Have you started your day at well, very, very early in the morning? I don't think that I've seen 4 a.m. in a very long time. Oh, I see. Okay. So then it's still somewhat appropriate to say goodnight to you, sir. And sleep good. Have a great weekend. And that goes for all of you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed your Friday night. I enjoyed mine. And thanks for hanging out during the week, everybody. Thanks for putting up with all my testing of things, especially yesterday and tonight. But it was all worth it. It all worked out. Feeling good about it. And just because I want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. Then do that. The stinger, right? And then that one. Right. And then that one. Sure. And that one. Right, there it is. Oh, and then there's that one too. Right. I always forget about that one. I need to make a little adjustment to it though. It's a little off. That's all right. All right, everybody. Thanks again for stopping by. Have a good night, and I'll see you Monday.